Previously on Tech Makeover.
There's a lot of pressure for this payroll to be installed correctly. People's lives are riding on this.
I'm not the most tech-savvy guy in the world. I know how to use a computer. I know how to use our POS system that we have now. We know there's products out there, but we just don't know what the technology is. It would be really great if somebody could come in and explain to us what's out there so we know what to use to help our business get better.
When it comes to technology, I'm not the best at it, and I never have been. But when I know it can make me money, I'll take the time to figure it out and use all the tools I can get from it.
It's time for a Tech Makeover.
Before we showed up at the bar, Patricia had already persuaded Brad and Steve to adopt Intuit Full Service Payroll. And there was a key to getting that adoption. She went through their CPA. She found the pain points the CPA was experiencing, and she got herself an ally.
So I had a chance to talk with Kevin, your CPA, and I showed him how the QuickBooks point of sale is going to be interacting with the QuickBooks Online. He was very happy to see how the interaction worked and how much less work he was going to have his people do to keep your books up.
If payroll's working and if the POS is flowing into QuickBooks and everybody's working the way they should be working, what it does is it allows us to plan. Mardi Gras, of course, is a great example. The more that Brad and Steve can plan for Mardi Gras, the more they can keep their percentages, their margins in check, the more profitable that part of the year can be.
So Brad, tell me a little bit about how your time card entry is working currently.
We have a basic system where they clock in on the computer now, so it's been pretty effective. We're looking forward to this system where they have the schedule online and they can change and ask for request off and stuff like that. We're only concerned about more is like they have a tendency of forgetting to clock in or clock out, so there's a lot of adjusting going on.
So at the end of the week or at the end of the payroll cycle, how are you getting the information out of your point of sale and to the payroll system?
Yeah, we enter it into a spreadsheet and send it over to our accountant, but it's very time consuming. We have to pull it down off the current POS, enter it all in ourselves, and then we have to send it over to our CPA, and then they have who knows what with it, and then a few days later they send us the paychecks. So it's very time consuming. It's one of the most time consuming things we do during the week is just getting all the payroll together and getting it over to the accountant.
And then the accountant's going to take that spreadsheet and type it into something else. So now it's been typed in basically 3 times. Once at the original, then you're into your Excel, and then to the CPA.
Right.
So you're really going to love Intuit Online Payroll.
I'm looking forward to looking it over and pressing a button and have it go where it needs to go.
Right. Well, you don't even have to press the button because literally the clock in and the clock out is being controlled at the point of sale. You simply approve their time, and at that point, it's just going to feed right down into the system.
I can't believe how much time I wasted before on payroll. Now, without the CPA having to work so hard, it's going to save us money. It's also going to save me time, which is going to give me more of an opportunity to go out and see our customers, try and get new customers in, and the less time I spend in that office, the more time I can spend building up our business.
You can log into the payroll center from any internet computer, and you can see all of your payroll information. So you can do that. Your CPA can do that, your ProAdvisor can do that, whoever you need to help you.
That's more time we can be out of town and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Actually, it's right, and you're going to really love one of the other tools I'm going to give you because you actually have that control on your phone of who's logged in, who's clocked in, who's working, who's on the schedule. You're going to love that.
You're not replacing us, are you?
Actually, there's an app for that.
We chose Intuit Payroll when we learned that they were preparing their payroll manually, by hand, outside of QuickBooks Desktop that they were already using. It's nuts, right? So we needed to get them on an Intuit payroll service, and we needed to make it happen right away.
How hard is it going to be for the first changeover from this company to another company on the payroll?
Well, we've timed that switch over to be right at the first of the year. But let me tell you, even if we didn't do it at the first of the year, Intuit Full Service Payroll makes it very, very easy. They actually take all of your year-to-date information and all of your employee information, and they load it for you. They preload it, so it's seamless to the user.
And they'll work with the other payroll company for W-2s and all that stuff. That way, there's not a big confusion with all our employees that we've had over the year.
It's as simple as giving them, you give Intuit Full Service Payroll your login to your current payroll service. They go retrieve all the year-to-date data and preload it into your payroll. And their support team there is very helpful also and easy to access.
Getting people paid timely and accurately is the lifeblood of any business. And now it can't be easier for these guys. Once the time goes into Intuit QuickBooks Point of Sale, it automatically goes to QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks Online will automatically feed into Intuit Payroll. Seamless.
Okay, Steve, Brad, when you filled out your preliminary assessment, we identified a couple of areas that definitely needed some work. We implemented QuickBooks Online and the Intuit Full Service Payroll. So those are going good, we're happy with that. But when we arrived here, you guys threw me a couple of curveballs. Initially, we were coming in to install the QuickBooks Online and get that going and get the payroll going. But when I saw their back office, I knew immediately that Neat was going to be a fantastic solution for them.
When they first started telling me about this Neat scanner system, I was like, what real purpose is this? And I really wasn't buying it. She's showing me this stuff, she's scanning it in there, and she says, oh, you can throw it away. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to throw nothing away.
During this episode, we saw a ProAdvisor making a big difference in the life of her clients. And she did this because she had the skills not just to manage the technology, but to manage the client relationship. At Woodard Institute, our premier coaching program, we get you beyond the what you should do and the why you should do it, to the cutting edge how to be a future-ready practice, how to manage difficult client situations, and how to accelerate your practice into the future. So join Woodard Institute today to take your practice to the next level.